Okay, well, the riding order for this final of the Wakelife Invitational going like this. First rider off the dock will be Troy Roker. Travis Osborne will be the second off the dock, then Troy Mackey. Tom Hines will be the fourth rider, then Brenton Priestley, Nat Barber and Michael Davis. The final rider off the dock and top seed will be none other than Victorian local Chris O'Shea.
All right, now up on the water, we have Troy Roker coming in for his first pass, just getting himself organised in his bindings, jamming in things for a big old 911 there to start off his first pass. As he comes back for his second trick on his toe side edge, there is the method grabbed Scarecrow. On his third trick, switching it back around, right foot forward, that's his natural foot for this kid here from Victoria, is an off-axis 360, putting it into the nice spot on the wake. And he might get time for one or two more tricks here in his first pass. That's the Tootsie Roll, taking that front flip upside down and inside out. Time for one more on his first pass. There is the Whirly Bird, taking that tantrum, that backflip, and putting a 360-degree pass into it.
Okay, we're standing right here with one of today's favourites, easily, Troy Mackey. The kid's been blowing up. Mate, are you nervous? Are you excited? What do you think about today's final?
I'm excited. It should be fun. There's a bunch of good riders here today, top 8, all killing it, so it's going to be tough. But yeah, I'm really excited to get out there and have a crack at it.
All right, that's Troy Mackey there down on the dock getting ready. But right now on the water, we have Travis Osborne, the Corowa kid. And he's getting set up to throw down after Troy Roker.
All right, Coral Kid, Travis Osborne, starting things off on his toe side edge, boosting up off the top of the Supra wake, and there is the off-axis 540. Wrapping into that rope. This is where he starts to get a little bit technical, throwing down with one of the Mobius tricks with the wrapped up KGB. Digging that Joby board edge in nice and deep and really getting lots of pop off the wake. There's the Scarecrow for Osborne, looking to get the indie grab on that one, but not quite getting his hand down close enough. Time for a couple more on pass number 1. The big old 911 to fakie. And then last trick for Osborne, throws it down into a big roll to river. Judges will be loving the intensity there. Okay, the field is getting thin and we are talking to none other than the man that has travelled all the way from SA, South Australian, Tommy Hines. Mate, you're ready to go. This is the final. You've got to really put it together now. What are you going to throw out for us today?
I think I might go for consistency today. It's a fairly tight field. There's a few guns out there that are going to it's pretty much going to be a 2-3 horse race. So I might just go out there and try to stick everything and try to get amongst the cash.
All right, well, Tommy Hines will be on the water real soon. But right now, the Victorian kid blowing up. This guy is Troy Mackey.
Troy Mackey, the goofy-footed rider from Montrose, starting his first pass off with a very nice, lofty batwing. He's setting himself up for his second trick. There is the handle pass, KGB. He doesn't wrap up for that like we saw Travis do earlier. His third trick on his toe edge, there is the Pete Rose, casing the second wake, but showing his consistency and time on board in the States has proven useful and just bounced straight through it. Coming straight back in with a huge mute back mobe. This kid has got all the moves and backing it right up with a Tootsie Roll. He's got time for at least one or two more tricks for his first pass, and that's the melon half cab. Putting that one down nice and sweet. That's a stand-up pass there for Troy Mackey. All right, the next killer off the dock, Tom Hines. He's a bit of a dark horse from South Australia. He spends a lot of time up at White Sands on the Murray River, so he has access to the water and the boat all the time. Here he comes for his first pass.
Well, this kid really impressed the judges during the qualifying rounds, and you'll see why in just a couple of moments. He calls that one the Moby Dick, upside down, a big old 360 in the middle of the trick also. You can see him really leveraging that board to get as much pop as he possibly can as he spins the 540. Onto his heel side edge for Tommy Hines, jamming it up off the top of the wake, getting the grab on and going upside down one more time with the Indy Tantrum. And time for a couple more tricks in pass number 1. Here we go, the Tootsie Roll as he passes the handle behind his back, making sure he gets a few technical tricks in towards the end of his pass. Can the South Australian do it? There is the roll to blind. That is pass number 1. All right, one of the youngest rippers on the Australian scene at the moment. This is Brenton Priestley, starting things off with a nice big nuclear glide. Then getting the grab on the nose of the boards as he throws it around for the Scarecrow. The sun is out for Priestley and he is on. Backside 360 off his heel side edge. Priestley riding as smooth as you like. Toe side for one more. Getting the nuclear grab on that one, bringing it down switch. That is a nice styly move. The kid is all class. Bouncing over those rollers, hillside edge to start things off with Nat Barber. Here we go. Jamming a nice big cut into the top of that super wake. Oh, that is a big hillside 360 for Barber. Fixes the shorts just as you do. Toe side, up and off the top. Nice and smooth, this South Australian kid. That was the bat wing for trick number 2. Heel side, the whirly bird, just as he rides on through a little bit of chop here at the meltdown. Toe side edge for Nat Barber again. The Tootsie Roll is trick number 4. Passing the handle in behind the small of his back there. 1 to come off his heel side edge. Nat Barber with a nice, safe tantrum. Loves a big cut, does Michael Davis of South Australia. Here we go, jamming it down, getting the 911 done. Some strange names for this trick if you haven't already figured that out. The 911, just one of many obscure ones out there. The Scarecrow is trick number 2 for Michael Davis. On his heel side edge for 3, upside down or nearly upside down, throwing it out the back door anyway. The off-axis 360. Then back in for the front side front roll or elephant roll, depending on how you view that one. Heel side, a nice smooth heel side 360. Time for one more trick at the end of pass number 1. No, maybe not. Davis electing to just ride this one out. A great stand-up pass for the South Australian.
All right, the last rider off the dock right now from Mount Eliza down in Melbourne there in the southeastern suburbs, Chris O'Shea.
I think we're going to see something special here as the last rider in the final. Starting things off with a big backside 180. We call it backside because he spins his back toward the boat straight up, then into the switch heel side 360. Getting a nice solid grab on that too, which the judges will be impressed with because he looks in ultimate control the whole way through. Then the trick he calls the Moby Dick, starting to go upside down now, getting a bit more technical. The toe side 540. O'Shea's really going to have to dial it up a few notches in intensity here, and he does just that. The nuclear tantrum to blind. Toe side for Chris O, getting the big old pop. Oh, there is the 720, the first one of those we've seen in the competition. And then backside 540. Oh, as easy as you like. O'Shea is done with pass number 1. All right, here we go. Pass number 2, wrapping that handle around his back. He'll let it unwind him once he gets into the air. He does just that. That is the wrapped Tootsie Roll for O'Shea. He'll squeeze about 5 tricks into this second pass. Heel side, getting the spin done once he's upside down for a big old handle pass KGB. Then toe side, letting the board drift way out the back, calling it the bat wing, but getting it done. Few rollers for O'Shea now. He's really going to have to stand up if he wants to take this one out. Oh, he has gone down on the back roll to blind. He probably does that in his sleep. Okay, well, the results from today's final at the wakelife Invitational. In first place, as you know, Chris O'Shea. Taking out the number 2 spot was Troy Mackey, and Tommy Hines grabbed 3rd spot. Travis Osborne was in 4th, Troy Roker in 5th. Brenton Priestley, after a couple of falls in that second pass, was in 6th spot. Nat Barber in 7th, and Michael Davis rounding out the top 8.